Hello, and it's another day here in the metro. We actually bought another group of Chinese food from a place called Hao Wan, and it's spelled with a U. It's spelled with a Y-U-A-N, Yuan, but it's pronounced as Hao Wan. So let's go check it out, and we also have some hopia. Wow, look at all this Chinese stuff. Spicy peanuts. Where did you get this? Holland?
Holland.
Oh, it's called Bolland. There's a place called Bolland. And wow, it's got egg in it. Hopia, there's so much food. Look at all of that. So I was saying in my other videos that salted egg here in the Philippines is such a craze. So look what I found. This is hopia, and the flavor is custard with salted egg. Oh, it is such, I don't know, maybe it's a trend or maybe it's here to stay. And this is how it looks like. Dad, did you try one already? How is it? It's good? Okay, let's give it a try and see. And this one is fresh lumpia.
We put everything here.
What's this called?
This is fresh lumpia.
Oh, and it's big. How nice the size. Good portion. So this is hopia. And yeah, it's salted egg. It's got custard and salted egg. So let's see how it looks like. This is it. Oh, wow. Wow, it smells actually really, really good. My dad says it was delicious, but let's give it a try. It's my first time to try salted egg hopia. Oh, wow. Wow, it's really good. It's like, it's very custardy. I'm not sure if I'm getting the salted egg. It is salty and custardy. What? Yeah, it's barely. My mom was saying it barely has salted egg in it. But yeah, it hits the spot. It's okay. It's light enough. At least it's not overly salty. It's sweet, so it's good. I like it. Interesting. It's something different. But personally, I would have preferred it to have more of that salted egg flavor. And to my right, my dad's just about to have his fresh lumpia. What are you having with it?
With sauce.
What kind of sauce is that?
Garlic sauce.
Garlic sauce? Okay, let's see that. Can you have it so you can see what it looks like inside?
This one?
Yeah.
So, no.
Wow.
Fresh lumpia.
And then how do you eat that?
We pour garlic and sauce.
Okay, so this little one wants to join us also. Okay, come, Scotty, come. How's it?
Oh, good.
Good? Can we see what it looks like inside?
Yeah.
Vegetable.
Wow, so that's so healthy. How nice.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, the dog is here.
Yeah.
You have
Scotty, no. Let that eat well. So, did this come with garlic or did we have to chop the garlic?
You chop the garlic.
So my mom chopped the garlic, but the brown sauce came with it. And I think that's sweet sauce. And yeah, that's looking good. So fresh lumpia is something healthy if you wanna have some Chinese food. That's how it looks like. We got it off a place called Hao Wan. And how much did it come out for fresh lumpia? I think it's 3 pieces for about 320 pesos. So it's a little bit pricey, like $100 each, but it's okay. It's good for a meal if you want something light enough but healthy. And this doggo wants to be fed. So I think the mung bean flavor of hopya is the traditional flavor. Is it, Mom? The mung bean? Traditional filling? So, but of course nowadays, everyone's wanting to do something different. You will find different flavors of hopya. Sometimes you find hopya with like the, what's it called? The floss, the beef floss or the pork floss. So that's very interesting. So you find it sweet and salty, but this one is the traditional flavor. The salted egg is good. I really do wish there was more of that zing of the salted eggness, but it's alright. You find it mala? Can you say mala?
Food is fellowship. Food is a bond, and so we're in this together. The sisterhood of a native people.
Sisterhood.
Let's get it forward.
It's a bit funny, but I just wanted to share this with you. This is called cebo de macho, and this is what it looks like. And yeah, I was told by my mom that this actually removes potential scars. So it's a bit weird showing you my leg, but I do have that. I tried to catch a glass Tupperware that was falling off the fridge. I caught it with my leg, and then yeah, my leg actually bled. It had a wound, and so now I could potentially have a scar. And I just find it funny because I feel like this is a thing of a past. My mom used to use this when she was really young. So I suppose, what is it, like 60s, 50s? Let's see if it works. And for those of you who don't know what cebo de macho means, cebo is like the grease or the oil, the fat that comes from meat. Cebo, and de macho, you know, so it's like grease of the macho. It's yeah, I just thought about sharing it because it's a bit funny. But it does say skin moisturizer. It moisturizes your skin, so I don't know if like regular what do you call it, like those petroleum jelly would work as well. But anyway, she uses it on her mosquito bites or her wounds, and according to her, the scars have gone out. So she's like, of course you don't want to put it on scars that have been there for a year. You just want to put it while it's healing. So let's see if it works. There's the cebo de macho on my leg, and yeah, hopefully it does wonders and it leaves my legs looking fine and sexy. So it's almost 2 p.m. and here in the Philippines, this is technically siesta time. I would say 2 to 4 p.m. And this is the time when we all take a nap. I guess we got that habit from the Spanish when we were colonized for 300 years. So thank you, Spain. But instead of taking a siesta, I do meditation, transcendental meditation, and I think it's important to share with you why I started it in the first place. I was at a crossroads in my life. I had a company for 10 years and I decided to close that because I wasn't happy with the corporate world anymore. And in the process of closing my company, I was starting to get like, not really separation anxiety, but I was getting nervous because, you know, that company kept me it sustained me for quite some time, and obviously I was going to lose that financial stability and, you know, the responsibility also that I had with my colleagues. So it was just a lot of moving on, feeling, and it was difficult. And so I was introduced to transcendental meditation, and it really helped me so much. And because of that, I still do it until now. It helps me to declutter the brain, and when your mind is feeling a little bit more at peace, then you actually end up making more progress all throughout the day. So I will meditate, and then from there I'll start working again. have seen my other videos, you would know that I don't use a laptop, so I try to go as minimalist as possible. There are pros and cons. Clearly, the pros is that it's very easy to carry around when you're traveling. Of course, the cons, you're very much limited to, I would say, the space and the ability your iPad can do compared to a laptop. So. Nevertheless, I'm quite happy with the keyboards that I have, and for now, it's serving its purpose, and I'm quite happy. And for snacks, I do like to snack on these. They're called pumpkin seeds, and I find that they're much healthier than snacking on junk food. It's delicious, actually. It's like peanuts without salt or sugar or anything. It's just plain. So it's good office